Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Kissinger at the Citizenship Academy in Syracuse, New York. This is 5th grade math module 3, lesson 6. We're going to be subtracting fractions from numbers between 1 and 2. So we're kind of putting it all together this time. We remember in lesson 4, we added fractions from numbers between 1 and 2. And then we moved to subtraction and learned to subtract fractions. Now we're going to subtract fractions between 1 and 2, again using those improper fractions as well as mixed numbers. For the following problems, draw a picture using the rectangular fraction model. We're going to keep using that rectangular fraction model and drawing those rectangles. And write the answer. Simplify your answer if possible. So again, we're gonna work a little bit more on simplifying. We want to make these fractions into a mixed number if possible. So if we have a number where our numerator is greater than our denominator, we're going to change that into a mixed number. We'll have a whole number and then we'll have a fraction along with that whole number. I think all the whole numbers here are going to be 1. But if they're not, we have the same process. So we're going to continue to do that as well. So let's draw our rectangles for letter A. And this time, when we have a number that's more than one whole, we're going to need more than one rectangle. We're going to need more than one whole rectangle. So on our left side, we're going to have 2 rectangles, and on our right side, we're going to have just 1 rectangle because our fraction is not a mixed number. It's less than 1 whole. So these rectangles need to be split into fourths. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this rectangle needs to just be split into thirds. So on our 1 1/4, we need to shade a whole rectangle. We need a whole. That's 4/4, right? We have 4/4. And then we have an extra 1/4. 1 1/4. So we have a whole and 1 1/4 of a rectangle. Here we have just 1/3. My rectangles on the left are both going to have to be split into thirds now, the other way. I'm going to make 1, 2 lines to make 3 pieces. I have to do the same thing with this rectangle. 1, 2. Now these pieces, again, they're pieces of a whole, not pieces of 2 wholes. So I'm not going to count all of these squares when I count. Keep that in mind. This one needs to be split into fourths. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 total pieces in one whole. I stopped counting there. I'm not going to start to count this rectangle. I don't need that. I just need to figure out how many pieces there are in one whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have twelfths here. Right here I have 12 twelfths plus 3 more. 1, 2, 3. That gives me 15 twelfths. That's what 1 1/4 would be. It's equivalent to 1 1/4. It's expressed as an improper fraction. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 twelfths. Now I don't want to change this to a mixed number quite yet because I'm going to need to subtract from it. So I want to keep that as an improper fraction so that I could subtract from 15. So I'm going to say 15 twelfths minus 4 twelfths. 15 minus 4 is 11. And I'm going to have 11/12 altogether. I don't have to change that to a mixed number because my numerator is smaller than my denominator. So we're going to still use that rectangular area model, but it's going to look a little bit different this time because sometimes we're going to have more than one whole. So let's look at letter B. 1 1/5. Oh, that's a mixed number. I know I'm going to need at least 2 rectangles here because I have more than one whole rectangle that I need to draw. On the right, I have 1/3. I only need 1 rectangle for that because it's less than 1 whole. I can express that fraction within a whole because I don't need the whole rectangle. I only need 1/3 of it. Here I need to split this into fifths. So I'm going to make 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to do the same with this rectangle. 2, 3, 4. Now both of these rectangles are split into fourths. I have 4/4 and 4/4. If I shaded those all in, I would have 2 whole rectangles. I'm not going to use 2 whole rectangles because this number is smaller than 2, but I can express that in 2 rectangles. I don't need a third rectangle. This rectangle here will get split into thirds. Now I need a whole rectangle shaded because I have this 1 right here. This 1 is 1 whole. It's 5/5. So I need to shade 5 whole fifths here to make 1 whole. And then I have an extra fifth here. I have 1/5. So down here, I need to shade 1/5. Next, over here, I need to shade 1/3. Shade 1/3. Now I need to split my fifths into thirds. So I'll make 2 horizontal lines in each one of my rectangles. I'll split both of these holes into 3 more pieces. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, we gotta still do this rectangle here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have my rectangle split into 15ths. Here I have 15 15ths, that's 1 whole, plus 3 more 15ths, gives me 18 15ths. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have 1 too many there. Thought I might have 1 too many. I have 6 pieces altogether there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 5 15ths on the side. Further erase that so we don't get confused. 5 15ths. So now I have 18 15ths minus 5 15ths. 18 minus 5 is 13. I end up with 13 15ths. All right, let's do one more down here. We'll do this letter C. 1 3/8. We're going to need 2 rectangles. Again, because we have more than 1 whole. And then we only need 1 over here to express 1/2. To make 8 pieces, we need 7 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then here I need a half. So here, this rectangle, we have 1 3/8. So again, I need a whole rectangle shaded in one, because one whole is 8/8. So 8 pieces here, all shaded in. And then I have 3 more 8s. 1, 2, 3. So I have 1. Everybody sees that's 1, and that's 3/8. So we have 1 3/8, which is right here. Now we need to split. We need to do a shade in 1/2. We have to split these into halves. Then we need to split our halves into 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 2 is 16. So we'll have 16ths here. We have 16 16ths plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more 16ths. So we have 22 16ths here on our left. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 16ths here on our right. So here we have 22 16ths minus 8 16ths equals 14 16ths. Now 14 16ths, we could leave it like that, but we can also simplify 14 16ths. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 16 divided by 2 is 8. And we can simplify that to 7/8. So that's where we're going to stop for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and look forward to seeing you next time.